Greetings to my unbelievable switched on V family all over the world. This is your one and only gorgeous chief sitting here still in the island of Penang or on the island of Penang. It's been how many days? 1, 2, 3. This is the third day after VCon. And I was just thinking, waking up today, all right, I was up until like 7 in the morning with all your uplines discussing what's going to happen the rest of this year. And I woke up today and I realized this is how the Wednesday message started. That my first Wednesday message 3 years ago was done as a follow through after VCon. And I was sharing with everyone that I would make 8 weeks of a video every week, all right, to follow up and keep you switched on or keep you on VCon mode. And it's been 3 years, guys. All right, 150 over Wednesday message. Unbelievable. That's all I can say. So I'm sitting here in Penang, flying back to Kuala Lumpur tomorrow. All right, and I met all the leaders. We had an amazing session yesterday with our founders, Dato Sri Vijay and Japadas Bismarck, with all the V ambassadors, the newly appointed V ambassadors, VCs and AVPs. And we are strategizing what we are going to do for the rest of the year. And all I can say is this year is going to be unbelievable. Number one, we are launching this new training platform by the V called V Leadership Camp or VLC, which will be the first stage or the first level of growth towards becoming a V partner. So you go to VLC, after that ISB, after that become a VC, then an AVP, and then inshallah a V partner. And then we are just planning the final aspects of VCon Dubai or VCon UAE in September. It is going to be the most rocking VCon. And if you have come for VCon Malaysia, come for VCon UAE. Whole different experience, whole different atmosphere, different country, everything else changes. Right after this VCon, we are having events all around the world called the Prove Them Wrong World Tour. That means the V partners, the AVPs are going to come to your cities to basically follow through from VCon. Now this Wednesday, I want to communicate a very important message to all of you. Is my realization of VCon. Okay? Because every VCon, I'm like a zombie. Because I sleep 1 hour a day. I'm the first speaker every morning, so you guys get to see this gorgeous face every morning. And then I'm there until the next morning and then go back to the hotel, shower, sleep for 1 hour, come back. But every VCon, after VCon especially, I take some time out and think and feel. What did I realize about us, about myself this VCon? And the first thing I realized this VCon is that network marketing as an industry is very powerful. That I don't think any other industry could have brought 18,000 people together, all right, and keep them crazy for 5 days, 4 nights. I also realized that this industry is about empowering people. It's about giving you hope that you're not going to die as a nobody. That if you stay in this industry, you stay with us on this journey with QNet and the V, your life is going to have more meaning. And I realized that the reason why I do what I do until today, after 18 years, because it is my purpose. My life has a deeper meaning today. All right? And then I realized the power of loyalty. Because every VCon is like for us a family reunion with my core in service, with the V ambassadors, with the founders, QI directors, with the chiefs of QNet and the V, and the in-service, and you guys. And this VCon, I met so many old friends, all right, good friends, people who are responsible for building this organization, the most amazing downlines I have, and some I met after a long time. And I realized the foundation and the power of loyalty. I saw the love, adoration, all right, and loyalty towards the founders, not only from you guys, but from everyone else, including myself. That seeing Dato Sri Vijay on stage, seeing Japa on stage, speaking, sharing their wisdom, their love, unconditional love for us, it reaffirmed to me my loyalty to them. And I realized that every other industry in the world, loyalty is not a foundation. Loyalty doesn't exist, right? But in our organization, especially in the V, it's all about loyalty. It's about people from different nationalities, religion, different walks of life, different background, coming together and truly become one family. As when I sit on stage, I learned something in network marketing. I learned something the past 18 years. That blood is not always thicker than water. That in network marketing, water is thicker than blood. That my downlines, the V ambassadors, the coin service, they are my family. They will always remain my family. That I'm closer to them than all my blood relatives. That you guys today, I don't know why, but this VCon, I stood up on stage, I looked at the 18,000 people, and I had this amazing feeling of fatherhood. All right, I don't know whether I'm getting old or it's my midlife crisis, but I looked at you guys like a proud father, that I'm extremely proud of what you guys have done. But always remember that loyalty is the key foundation to building an organization that will last through challenges. And then I realized this VCon that there's no other way of building except being a warrior. The network marketing is not about intellectualism, all right? It's not about how smart you are. It's not about strategy. It's not about how impressive your business looks. It's about that attitude, that are you willing to fight the battles that are going to come your way? And if you are, then you have to be a warrior from day one. You can't be a warrior only when there's a challenge. You can't walk up to a challenge and say, hey, now let's be a warrior. I realized that the reason why I have become successful in this business, all right, over the past 18 years, because Dato Sri Vijay built me as a warrior from day one, even when there was no challenges. He made my weekly goals look like it's a battle, all right. He made me say, you will die if you don't achieve this goal, all right. Even if it was a $10,000 check, to me, it was like the greatest battle I had to achieve. You understand? So I had to run there, all right, with the sword in my hand and make sure that I achieve my goal for that week. That every aspect of my journey in this past 18 years, he made it into the greatest battle of my life and turned me into a warrior. All right? And he said, Pathman, nobody is going to follow a wimp. Everyone is going to follow a warrior. So if you want millions of people to follow you, be a warrior. And that's what he taught me. And I realized today the mistake a lot of organizations, networking organizations make is that they only decide to be a warrior when there's a challenge. They try to pump up their downlines and say, we must fight this when there's a challenge in front of the face. Cannot. You got to be warriors from the start of the journey. That everything is warrior mode. You understand? Everything is warrior mode. And I realized that watching Dato Sri and Japa on stage, that we are here after 18 years, guys. And we just had our best VCon ever 3 days ago. Because our founders are true warriors. The V partners are true warriors. And you guys, all right, I went up on stage and told you that from now on, you are dreamers, that you are warriors. And I realized this VCon that I have to always be a warrior for you. That I have to always be on warrior mode so that you will follow and you will fight when necessary. And then I realized that it was very difficult for me this VCon compared to other VCons, all right, to speak about my mom and to share with you how important she is in my life until today. And this July 13, we would have lost her for 6 years, that she's not physically here in my life. And I realized how difficult it is, even after 6 years, to talk about her. All right? Because she is the purpose. She is the reason why I do what I do. She is the reason why you have Chief as your upline. And it was very difficult for me to talk about her, and I realized this week on how much I miss her. All right? So badly that every time I look at the VIP stage, I can still see her there. Like every week on. But she was the last to leave the venue. And I want you guys to know that once you find your dream, once you find your purpose, never let it go. Because even though I lost her 6 years ago, she's still in my heart. She's still my purpose today. That she's my driving force for what I do. And it was very difficult for me to talk about her this week on. Much more difficult than it's ever been. And I want you guys to know that I appreciate your love. I saw your faces when I spoke about her. All right? And you guys had tears in your eyes. And I want you to know the reason why I'm here is because of her. She made me promise that I will never abandon you. That I will always be as your upline. And this weekend was just magical, guys. I don't know. I'm still having goosebumps now thinking about the past 5 days of weekend. And everyone I spoke to said this was the best weekend ever. And I'm telling you, weekend UAE is going to be even better. So those of y'all who miss weekend Malaysia, all right, make sure you register for weekend UAE. And I gave everyone at weekend and all of you back home, I'm giving you the same goal. That this week I want to create momentum. This week I want to create tsunamis in every market. This week I want to truly raise the bar higher. This week is all about proving them wrong. And this week is about Find 4. That this is our mantra. That you don't sleep, you don't eat, you don't do anything. You just focus on Find 4 by Friday midnight. And if you just landed in your country, Find 4. If you have not found even one, don't give up. Find 4. Find 4, find 4, find 4. This week, I want the world to know that the greatest network marketing company that ever will exist in the industry is QNet and the V. I want you to wake up every morning and play Latika so you remember your dream. I want you to remember the monkey dance, all right? So you go crazy. That craziness is the key, guys. All right? So my Wednesday message to you is remember you belong to the greatest industry in the world. All right? Remember the power of your dream. All right? Remember to be in warrior mode every single step of the way. And remember that I am here. And you have nothing to fear. That we will this year prove them wrong. And remember, by hook, by crook, no excuses. This week, Find 4. So to everyone who came to V Malaysia, thank you for making it the greatest event ever. And for those of you all who did not come, we missed you tremendously. And I want to see you at VUAE. Prove them wrong.